Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles. We are coming to you live like we do every Monday, and we are excited to share with you on some amazing information. We've got an absolutely fantastic special guest waiting in the wings. But before we get into that, let us share with you a little bit about our YouTube channel that you need to know about.
Yeah, right? Guys. So, we know that a lot of people can't be on here with us live, but if you're like we are, you want to use this anyway. But we always record these so that we can upload them to our Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel. So make sure that you go after you've watched this tonight and you go and subscribe, first of all, to Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube. And then make sure you also ding that bell so that you get notifications every single week when we upload new content, whether it is these training calls or it's the new LifeVantage opportunity overviews that we record as well. And plus, we're always adding new stuff in there that you might find of value. So go and subscribe today.
Yes, yes. And they say repetition is the mother of all progress. So in order to allow you to progress with some progress, we're going to remind you again.
And we go over and over and over.
And over and over. You need to go into your EVO and stop Xing out of this thing. Watch the 9-minute video on compliance. Please, it will save your business potentially, and it's just the right thing to do. So you know that how you're talking about our wonderful products and how you're talking about our wonderful company without putting yourself and the company in jeopardy doing so. So go watch the video.
What's really cool too is it's empowering, because it's not just about what you can't say, but it's going to help you understand exactly what you can say in the opportunity with the products and with this business opportunity. So just go and do that today as well. And by the way, guys, I love the tools that LifeVantage is creating for us. Do you not all just appreciate LifeVantage and the marketing that they are doing for us? The monthly marketing playbook has just been getting better and better and better. And I should have taken off that pet tandem cell, but I didn't. It's one of those things. But this monthly marketing playbook gives you the direction, the guide, exactly what you need to be able to utilize social media, be able to share information compliantly, because everything is compliant that's on the marketing playbook. And it's going to give you a complete guide of what you can do on a day-to-day basis, including information on what our product of the month is, which Protandem Tri-Synergizer. Everybody needs this in their body like yesterday, right? And so they have got all kinds of amazing information to help you with the product of the month and other things in building your business, as well as, the Launch Strong Guide.
You know what I realized right now as you were talking? What? That the Protandem Tri-Synergizer is the LifeVantage product of the month.
Yeah.
But it is the do-it-yourself, like the biohacking product of maybe even the century. It's that powerful.
Of the universe. I think we should just say of the universe.
It's the master product of the universe. Yeah. And speaking of master product of the universe, and this has nothing to do with it, that was just kind of silly. This is the ITT, the invite tool team part of our system, the duplicatable part of our system. And step one, the first touch, is biohackingaging.com. It is unbelievable intro to the people to give them some preliminary information. And then the step two is the overview.
Yeah,
right?
And every single Tuesday night, LifeVantage is offering you the Taking Control with LifeVantage live opportunity overview to be inviting to 7 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow night. I'm not sure who the presenter is yet, but every single presenter has been absolutely phenomenal. And then you always have the ones that we also present for you 3 times a week, every single Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, Thursday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific. We show up for you so that you have something to invite to build your business.
Yeah.
All starts with the invite.
That's right. And this Success Mastery, since March, every Saturday, the company has just been bringing out the gauntlet. Every week gets better and better. The Success Mastery training, where proven leaders, and actually they've been profiling some new leaders on some amazing new things that are happening, but to predict the success of your business, give you some direct tools to allow you to expand your skill set, your mindset, and be more predictably successful in this amazing thing we call the LifeVantage business opportunity.
Yeah, so they've been really focusing really heavily on helping you start your business and really relaunch your business strong by using the launch guide and teaching you how to properly utilize the tools, right? Well, this coming Saturday is the first one of the product training focus Success Masteries. So normally it's going to be the first Saturday of the month, but because this was a holiday weekend, which by the way, kudos to you guys for showing up on a holiday. Way to go. Take your business seriously. But when they're going to be doing these amazing amazing product trainings, you're actually going to have representatives from either the R&D or the science advisory board doing part of the training on a specific product for the month, which probably this month, since it's a product focus of Tri-Synergizer, you're going to get trained on the Tri-Synergizer. So make sure you're there. Then you're going to have a distributor that's going to be doing some training on how to sell this amazing product. And then another distributor that's going to be sharing information on how to promote it, being able to use promotions in sharing the information. And of course, the amazing playbook training. They will be going over what of the assets that you can use for the focused product of the month. So make sure that you put this on your calendar every single Saturday. Success Mastery. It's 10 a.m. Mountain Time. You know, you got to commit. You got to show up, right? You got to show up.
And you got to do this too. They say the most important predictable way to build your business is to promote events. This is the greatest event in the history of LifeVantage. The global convention coming up the 23rd, 24th of October this year. You must be inviting to it. You must plan on attending. You must pre-register because you can get 2 registrations for free, guests to bring with you, but you have to do it. This is your way of committing to your own success, because I guarantee you, if you are not committing to this, you're not committing to your own success. It's just that simple.
Yeah, they actually say promoting events is the highest paid skill.
It is.
So if you want to increase the income of your business, you've got to be promoting to these events, and the first person you have to promote it to is yourself.
Absolutely.
So make sure that you go and get pre-registered, get those 2 free registration links to invite guests to and promote to your teams. And hey, you still have this month to be able to earn your attendance for free, because any distributor that generates new 500 in personal volume in the month of September will receive a free registration pack. And if you are already pre-registered, guys, this is so cool. You're actually going to get an extra $175 certificate to the LifeVantage merchandise store. So you can get all kinds of that cool LifeVantage swag, all for attending this amazing event and building your business. It's amazing. So cool.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get down to this. I'm so excited about this.
And yes, and before we bring on our special guest, I must apologize for not seeing the misspelling in her last name. So Marisa, please forgive me of rolling my R's and adding an extra R. But in all seriousness, we are so excited to be able to bring to you an absolutely proven, amazing leader who can just see this the way a lot of people can't. And she's going to be talking about her why LifeVantage is so important to her, especially now, and what she's doing with her relationship here at LifeVantage. And specifically here, LifeVantage is redefining the way we age and view health. That's kind of one of Marisa's taglines. We are just so blessed. Why don't you go ahead and read her bio?
So I love her. I love her heart. She's got one of the hugest, the biggest, most grandest hearts that I know of. But Marisa is a former television news journalist turned yoga and meditation instructor. She learned about LifeVantage from a yoga student. And after watching an ABC Primetime Investigator report, you guys all know which one she's talking about, right? On the company's flagship breakthrough product, she knew she and her family would be taking this product forever, and that she would be sharing the science of nutrigenomics with the world. Marisa is married to Scott for nearly 22 years. They have a 21-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old son. Marisa has built nearly a $2 million a year business from her home in almost 8 years and is one of LifeVantage's top leaders. She is passionate about health and wellness and says without our health, nothing else matters. So we are so excited to be able to bring to you guys Marisa Maggio-Harelson.
Wow, what a beautiful intro. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I'm like, is that me?
That's you. Gorgeous.
Oh, you guys are, I am so honored, Marcy and Dondi, to be on your call tonight. Thank you so much. What an honor. Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. It just feels really good to be here, and welcome to each and every one of you on this call tonight, whether you're on the replay or you're here live and you're brand new, whether you're brand new in LifeVantage, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been a part of LifeVantage for a while, welcome again. And, you know, just know that you're part of something extraordinary, right? I mean, none of us were looking for LifeVantage probably when LifeVantage found us, right?
Right.
Yep.
So, you know, it was up to us whether to say yes or no to it, right? And I literally was jumping out of my chair when I saw this. And Carrie Williams was my yoga student. That's the person. So, you know, I didn't know her really for Adam. when all this, I would see her at 5:30 in the morning on Mondays, and she'd rush in and rush out. And so I never even knew her. So anyway, do you want me to just keep talking? Do you want to ask me a question?
We seriously would love for you to just share more on your story, because we read that amazing bio, but that's not all of who you are and all that has gone into building your business. But we would love to hear more of your story. We'd love to hear more of really why you are so excited right now about LifeVantage, right? And maybe a couple tips, inviting, maybe something.
Yes. Oh, inviting's everything. Now, just lest you know, I'm drinking iced tea out of a wine glass that says marvelous and moxie and magnificent and mesmerizing and magical and magnetic and mysterious. And it's just, someone gave me this, but why am I drinking out of it? Because I like to be around joy. I like to, and this is a big thing, is mindset, you guys, is, even Time Magazine right now has the science of happiness all over the cover of a magazine. And it is so true. It's the energy we put out, right? And for me, LifeVantage was like, oh my gosh, I was born for this. I love being around people that are positive and life-minded and like-minded and health conscious. And here was this community with a medical breakthrough. I'm like, whoa. And, being a former TV news reporter of almost 20 years, I know what being skeptical is about. You have to be. You have to, and you, Dr. Dondi, knowing that you're a doctor, and of course, Marcy being a police officer, you've got that, really, is this true? But then we saw what we have. And so then you just have to go, okay, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to share my story in a minute, but I just want you to have the mindset, like, you got to just know you're going to do this when you find this, because this is going to happen once in your life. It's an opportunity like this. You will never get this opportunity again. And now, with everything that the company has put for us, like, oh my gosh, Marcy and Dondi were just sharing with you all these amazing things that corporate has done. And they are one of the top leaders of this company as well. And just having the leadership and the mentors, just know that you've got everything you need. And then sometimes you have stuff in here and here that gets in the way. And so this is a great opportunity to work through it. And really, you guys, bottom line is you can spend all this money on network marketing training, but the bottom line is action. The best training you're going to get right now is in LifeVantage by just taking action and locking arms with your mentors. And that is really it. You can go, get all, I listen to this, I listen to that, I listen to that. But if you're not putting that in action, it doesn't really mean anything. It's wonderful, it's great to learn, but you gotta go for it. So telling you a little bit about me and a little bit about my story is that, I grew up in Kentucky, in Lexington, born in DC, Washington, DC, youngest of 5 kids. I always feel like I'm still a child. I'm so not, but I do, I have that young spirit. My mom had it. So 7 months prior to me learning about LifeVantage, my mom dropped dead, was gone. Here one day, it was my daughter's 12th birthday, August 17th, and she was gone August 18th. And I'll never forget, that night conversation on the phone with her. We were out at the melting pot having dinner with my daughters for her 12th birthday. And Mom was on the phone. And I just said, Mom, I got to go. After saying hello for a few minutes, I got to go because they're bringing the hot food and the tables are hot. Right. And she's like, okay, Risa. She would call me Risa. That was my nickname. And she'd say, okay, Risa, I go, Mom, I'll call you tomorrow. And tomorrow, I never got to call her back. So she just left. Gone, heart attack. We don't know, a heart attack or a stroke, but she was 81, but she still was in great health. So I was devastated because I was very close to my mom. So I stopped. I was working at a wedding magazine at the time. I got out of TV news when my children were really young. I tried to go back to it, but it was not the right environment for me to have children and to be in a negative zone, basically. If it leads, it bleeds. So I was always reinventing myself. I have a really good work ethic. And I just, but I wasn't fulfilled. When Mom died, I stopped working at the wedding magazine and I just immersed myself in, I was a brand new teacher. I was submersing myself in just taking classes and teaching classes. And that's when I overheard another teacher talking about incredible LifeVantage. And I didn't know what it was that she was talking about. She had me at skin when she was saying that her skin was amazing and she felt, she was sleeping better and all these beautiful things. I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? She points to Carrie Williams. I go, what are you talking about? And she said, have you seen the ABC? I had no idea what she was talking about. She zipped the lip. She showed the clip. And basically she did eventually a flip. We always say, zip the lip, show the clip, and do the flip, right? The third party. Invite, tool, team. ITT. It's the same thing. So I saw that. I went home that Saturday morning. I sat in my kitchen and I watched that ABC report and I flipped out. And I knew who John Quinones was, 11-time Emmy Award-winning reporter. I'm going, okay, this is huge. Scott, can you come watch this? And so he watched it. And I said, we're taking this and there's some kind of an opportunity. And I did know about what she was making because my friend Kay had told me what she was making in a month. And I'm like, how is she doing this? Now, I know nothing of network marketing, you guys. I've only worked for people. And I grew up in a household in Kentucky where my parents you probably heard this from me, but there was a lot of stress over finances. My dad was a CPA controller. He literally was born in the coal mines of Kentucky in Appalachia and escaped that life, got a college education on the GI Bill, was a World War II veteran, met my mom in DC, this hot little Italian, full-blooded Italian, right? And this hillbilly from Kentucky. Like, can you imagine? They were married 60 years. So anyway, but there was a lot of arguments growing up. And that part is tough. So I left home at 18, not really understanding that that's what I was doing. I was just going from Kentucky to Tucson to visit a family friend of some family that used to live in Kentucky and to stay with them and just know that there was another place besides Kentucky. I wanted to travel. My whole life, I'd always wanted to travel. And it's interesting, what you put out into the universe will come back to you if you just, it's happened. I've been on all 7 continents and this is before LifeVantage. And it's like, how did I do that? But I did do it. And it just, I won't even get into all of that, but I had a whole life before LifeVantage and before my husband, Scott, of 22 years in October. And I just thank God every day for it's almost like we can create magic, if you really trust. You trust your faith, whatever it is that guides you, and speak kindly to yourself and believe and take the actions to grow yourself. And I really have always been on a personal growth journey my whole life, I think, even as a teenager and feeling lost, right? But always knowing that there was something bigger out there and I was meant for something. When I saw LifeVantage, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. So I thought everybody was going to join me in the world. Like everybody. And then when my friends started saying no, I'm like, what is going on? And they, you just don't even understand. And because what you have your hands on and your family loves you and your friends love you, but they don't always, this is a different business. You're not working for a corporation anymore. You're working for yourself. And so they're just, that's where you got to go. You guys got to just push through and lock arms with your mentors. And I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't even for Dondi and Marcy, because they've always been there. I would go to their meetings and the trainings and just absorb from others and learn from others that have paved the way. And then you just keep going for it. And so this has lifted those shackles of financial stress that I grew up with. And it's not just the material, it's everything else. It's living limitlessly, living with an abundant mindset. And I know my mom is here with me because she was always one to push us to live our dreams, even because she didn't get to. And I know that. I know that there was a part of her that was very sad, even though she was beautiful and joyful and had a gorgeous singing voice. I mean, people knew my mom from her singing. And I just go, wow, these are the wings that she's here. And I feel like every day, this is part of my LifeVantage journey, is also having her here. And my sister, Mia, is a part of this journey as well, as she and her husband were the highest enrollers on the Pose team last month in July, and I think even August. So they're learning trust me, they're learning, and everybody's pace is different, and she can't compare herself to me, and I can't compare myself to Carrie Williams or to Dondi and Marcy. I just have to keep going. So 5.5 years into this business of getting lots of no's and talking to everybody, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the invite, because really you got to keep that invite radar up all the time. And because, you know, you're a professional connector. When people say, oh, all my people the people that I know don't want to do this, or you guys, there's 7 billion people in the world. And there's people on their hands and knees looking at wanting something, not knowing where it is. So I've got some follow-up to do from just being in Colorado. Got back literally today. We've been in Prescott at our cabin for the last 2 days, but drove from, you know, the Durango, Ouray, Telluride area. It was amazing. And along that journey, I met 4 people. And I have follow-ups to do. And one of them my friend requested, and I just saw on my story that she's been looking at me. So, you know, and she's a realtor in Lake Havasu. And we meet her at this little restaurant, outdoor restaurant, bar, whatever, in outside Durango, near Purgatory. So it was really cool. And we're just talking, and they live. No, that was someone else. Oh God. So there's another woman. So it's like, yes. So I've got all these people, and it's because I just put my energy out there, and I just ask people questions. So you've got to be a really good listener and ask people questions about their life. What do you do? He owns a construction company. She's selling Bitcoins and has a master's in psychology, but needed to make more money. So she got into financial investments, and I said, oh, wow. And, you know, so somewhere along the line, I weaved in something, and she's like, really? You know, I'd like to know more about it. I'm like, okay, great. So, you know, these are the things you just have to always, you know, it's different right now with COVID. People aren't getting out as much, and they're not connecting as much, but social media is also something that I knew nothing about. And I did not build my elite business through social media, but now I'm using social media. And, you know, it's sometimes challenging. I'm not great at it, but I'm getting better and better every day because I'm making myself do this. Now, with the launch guide, the new launch guide, it's really awesome because you've got your messaging people, you're adding them to your team page, to like a health community group, hopefully a consumer customer group that's not just about product, but that's about value with health and wellness. And tag them. So you ask them if they, you know, based on what you, gosh, I can see what you are doing in your life. And I love that you're into all this wellness and empowerment. And I would love to invite you into our wellness community. Would you like to be a part of that? And most times people are going to say yes. And then you can add them, then you tag them, you add them, you invite them. And then when they accept that invite, you tag them into your welcome post. And just let them know this is a community of like-minded people with taking extraordinary products, but we're also, you know, about total wellness and how to live optimally, vitally, like to live a vital lifestyle. So that's a good way, and it takes some time, but I'll tell you what, sometimes I just don't even feel like I want to do that. Like sometimes I just go, okay, I did, was someone, Carrie Dickey, after one of our calls, she challenged us to do 10 texts. And I would invite you all to do this and say, hey, I just got off of a leaders meeting, and our assignment was to reach out to 10 people on our chicken list. And I did say that to this guy with a voice message on Facebook. I go, you're not, but then I added, you're not really on my chicken list, but you are on my maybe a little nervous list, but I really love what I'm seeing that you do. And I was very authentic because I've been looking at this guy for a while. And I used a few adjectives that described who he is that mean a lot to me. And I said, and I like that too. And I'm actually building a team, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Are you open to talk business? And he said, yes. Now, he said yes, but he's not there yet. But I did, because of that, I had him on a Zoom and I showed him everything. He's spent $1,000 on other supplements right at COVID. And he is my follow-up is on my calendar tomorrow to follow up with him. So I will follow up with him at least to try to get him as a customer. But what happened, he went from saying no to the business to I'm texting Sean Poe. I'd let him know, let your upline know you're making calls and you've got an appointment with somebody, because I did. And I said, I might need you on just to say hello. So Sean jumped on the Zoom even after this guy said no to the business. And I said, yeah, Sean, right now he's just looking at the products, but this guy was interested he all of a sudden, after Sean talked to him, he changed his tune a little bit and was, oh, well, maybe we could do something, he does a podcast. I don't really know what he would do, but I don't know where it's going to go, but I enjoyed getting out of my comfort zone and saying, we just got off of a team meeting and our assignment today is to reach out to 10 people that blank. You could say chicken list if you want, or you could just say reach out to 10 people that inspire us. Maybe that's what you do. I don't like to use chicken lists, to be honest with you. I like to just push through it. And I've got some follow-ups to do. So I just think you have to always keep that invite radar up and know that become a network marketing professional and go for no. Okay, this is the book, you guys. There is one that says for network marketing, but this is the one I've read and it is so good. I'm reading it again. I started reading it again yesterday because I just think it's really about taking action in your life. And people are not saying no to you. They are saying yes to their life. They are saying yes to their life. And so no, okay, you've heard this before. No is not a no. It's just not a now. It's just not a now. So you have to keep those relationships and you have to you have to really keep a good system. I used to have a really good system. I'm not as good about it now. I'm trying to get back. I think this launch guide is going to be amazing. And I'm really excited to do the ITT 25 challenge. That is really corporate wide, you guys. Let's just do this and have an accountability partner for this. Don't just leave it up to you to say I'm doing it and you're telling your upline sponsor you're doing it. Have an accountability partner so that you guys can work together. And I don't know if you're doing power hours, but we're doing power hours now. And those are they're study halls. That's all they are. They're a study hall of support to help you do what you should be doing anyway. And it's an hour that you should be doing every day anyway to reach out to people in building your business. And I promise you, we didn't have this, I would just be making phone calls. But I want to share with you, when you are making a phone call, you got to be intentional, guys. When you're reaching out to people, what do you want from that? Really have your signal high. Because if you don't have your signal high, people are going to feel it. They are joining you because you're marvelous, because you're magnetic, because you're inspiring, because you are a leader. And this business, you may not have thought, I want to say something about the leader. And because I never thought of myself as a leader. I'm not kidding you. I have been told what to do my entire life, in working for people, right? This is your shift. No, you can't go. Yeah, you worked 60 hours this week and you worked an extra day, but I don't have enough people to cover for the news tomorrow. So you're not off. And yes, you can work, you're going to work Christmas, or you're going to work Thanksgiving, or you're going to work this weekend, right? So I've just always, listen, it took me, I hit Pro 3 and Carrie Dickey is calling me a leader on a Monday morning call. And I'm like, I've never, ever, I was like a wake up moment, to be honest with you. So understand, no matter where you're at, the moment you get somebody that is a distributor, you are a leader, and you don't have to know what to do, because we're going to show you what to do. Your upline, your crossline, your LifeVantage family, cousins, they're going to show you what to do. And I just be open to growing, because if we're not growing, what are we doing? Right? So this business allows us to grow, it allows us to get healthier, allows us to get wealthier. Never in my life have I made this kind of income that when I worked in TV news, I did not make six figures. So this is kind of mind-boggling sometimes to me. And, you know, we still have to be careful. We have kids in college. I mean, this isn't like, whoa, she's, you know, whatever. I have to get to, I have goals that I want to get to. I still want to grow my business. I haven't stopped growing my business. And don't ever stop growing you or your business. I hit Pro 5.5 years into LifeVantage. You'll hear some people do it in 5.5 months. I cannot compare with that. I don't have that background. I didn't do network marketing prior to this. I started at kindergarten level or preschool level. You have to understand that this is a different deal. And it's so beautiful because it's so personal, and the person you become and the people that you help. And then you've heard this, we're only as successful as the people we help. So this is so much fun to be in a business where people lift you up and you're happy. And that Time magazine, The Science of Happiness, I gotta say, we should be in that magazine because the science of LifeVantage is happiness. When you have happy cells, you have a happy body and you have a happy mindset, and then you just become happy. So don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Just get after it. Be accountable. Have an accountability partner and do something every day to grow your business so that when you go to bed, you can say, if I were a transformational leader, how would I rate myself today? And how do you feel when you're going to go when you go to bed? Because this is the thing, most people will quit. And that's one of the things going to global 2 weeks into joining LifeVantage. I've never missed an event. You cannot miss an event if you want this. I'm telling you, you can't. And I go there, and the CEO at the time just mentioned, come stand up if you're new. Great. He honored us, acknowledged us, and said, out of all of you all, and there were a bunch of us in this room, it was in Anaheim. It's wonderful to see so many new people. Unfortunately, most of you won't be here next year. And I was like, what? And of course, I have no idea what network marketing is. I mean, 2 weeks into the business, I'm not even a Pro 1 because the volume we had coming in on the pack that you could come in on that time did not give you 1,000 points. It gave you 600 or 500 or something like that. So I didn't think about it like that. I just was proactive. And then when I saw the integrity and this company and the culture and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, I would never have gotten that, you guys, had I not gone to that convention. It would have been easy to buy that business in a box and let it sit there and not have done anything. It's easy to just like let it sit there, right? So you have to be a part of the system. You have to plug in. Think of it. If you were going to be a doctor, you're going to go to med school and you're going to learn and you're going to do everything and you're going to say no to certain things so that you can pass your tests, so that you can be successful. It's the same mindset, and except it's easier. It is easier. It's a simple business. We make it a little difficult, but just get past it. Don't care what the other people say. It doesn't matter. They're not paying your bills and you are doing something extraordinary. And that's, the more you read about other people and other leaders, you're going to see that people who are successful do things differently. You have to. And so you just have to keep going and pat yourself on the back and say, yes, I did a great job today. There's a book, and I would just want to say this really quick. There's a book that we are all reading right now. I just ordered it, and I got to read the first part of it. And it's about being a network marketing professional. And hold on just a second, because Tanya Sheldon's reading it. She actually showed it on her Facebook page, her personal page today. And I ordered it and I read the first few pages, and it's extraordinary. Hang on. I'm just scrolling back. This is the Beautiful Leaders Discussion Group. We get busy. Here it is. I'm going to show you the picture, and it's How to Build Network Marketing Leaders, Volume 1 by Tom Big Al Schreider. So you may already know about this book. I didn't know about this book, and I am hooked. So I ordered it on Amazon. It'll be delivered Saturday, but it gives me like 50 pages to read. And I also downloaded it on Audible. I like to hear it. I like to read it. And really we're going to be doing a book club on this. And literally what this is telling you guys is that you have to, I love this part, build leaders and make them successful. Because really, to be successful in network marketing, all you have to do is build leaders and make them successful. And this was really, I don't know that it's here, but I'll remember it. It said, if you have 1 or 2 leaders, you are rich. If you have 3, 4, or 5, you have to recount and really reconsider if you really do. And so I thought that was really an awesome thing to think about, is that, you know, really good people are not, here's the misconception. Yeah, but they'll say, do you have leaders in your organization? Yes, I have some really good people. Well, really good people, yes, we have really good people, but not everybody is ready to be a leader, right? So a leader is much more than a good worker, a good recruiter, or a good producer. A leader is somebody who gets the most out of new distributors, helps them become more, right? More than they can become alone. Will make sure his or her distributors order products at the end of the month. Never complain to downline distributors, ever. Never complain or whine to the upline sponsor or to the company, and has her own goals and aspirations. So I just ask you to really find your why, because to me, and I'll wrap this up, you can ask me questions. Success is really owning your purpose and owning your why. And if you continue to grow your purpose, your why, you will become successful. Otherwise, you're going to get tired. You're going to get really tired, and then you'll quit. But if your purpose is always out there and you're always growing that why, then you will continue to have success. And that's what I'm signing up for. So sign up with me. We got a long way to go with LifeVantage.
Amen, we do.
Seriously. Wow. Thank you so much. I loved your explanation of never being an entrepreneur-minded person and never considering yourself a leader. And from somebody who's watched your introduction into this business, watched your growth, that's hard for me I mean, I heard it, but it's hard for me to accept that that's how you thought. But you also did say that you were always on a personal growth journey. And that's why you allowed yourself, and how Carrie, when you were Pro 3, to call you out like that, while you was like, wow, I've never thought of myself that way. But receive it and accept it nonetheless, and then obviously go on to be the leader that you are and are continuing to be. And thank you so much for what you just brought to our team. Thank you so much for the book recommendations. Yes. And just being who you are.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, I can remember being a child in Kentucky, 8 years old, and walking on the sidewalk, and I was bored out of my mind. And I was looking at the cracks down below, you know, and don't step on the crack. You'll break your mom's back, you know, step on a line, you break your dad's spine. Like, right. I don't know if you did all that, but I remember being so bored and just saying, dear God, please show me something in my life that I grew up in a beautiful city. Lexington, Kentucky is beautiful. So it wasn't that I just wanted something more in my life. No, it took till I turned 50 that's not true either. I've had a beautiful life, beautiful journeys along the way. And then of course, heartache, of course, dark shadows, right? Because we're not going to rise and shine if we haven't experienced some downs, right? So I'm not saying everything is sugar coated here, but when LifeVantage came my way, I can tell you in my adult life, besides having kids and my husband, you know, I'm like, this is what I was made for. I knew that I was made for something big, and I didn't know what that looked like, because I knew I didn't have the science in my head to be able to be a doctor. But I always loved wellness. Like, even as a kid, I would read science and nutrition articles and just how to be healthier. And then when I saw this, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have to be a doctor yet. We've got all this science. I just have to be passionate and good-hearted and be coachable and a good student and good work ethic. And then you got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She found out her second day.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. I love it. So I really loved when you said the best training you will get is just getting into action. And then the challenge that you just gave everybody to send out those 10 messages. And I love that you said you did it in voice message, because that is so much more personal than typing it out, right?
Yes. They can hear your voice. They can hear your energy, feel it, go, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm connecting. I can connect with this person.
Yeah, and basically what you gave was a really great invite, right? And using this call as a reason why they're reaching out. It's like I just got off of a leaders meeting, and our assignment was to reach out to 10 people that inspire me, because I like that too, that inspire me. And I love what I've seen about you, and list out the things that you've seen. And then I'm building a team, and I would love to have you on it. Are you open to talking business? I love that.
That was awesome.
I love that. So guys,
because if they aren't, they aren't. Okay, great. Thank you so much. You know,
that's okay, right?
Yeah.
And do you mind if I follow you and continue to connect with you so we can support each other?
Well, and on top of that too is saying, then it's like, you know, absolutely, I totally respect you, and I'll be cheering you on in your endeavors. But do you know anyone that is looking for an opportunity? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Right? So that is such a great extension question when somebody says, I just don't think it's for me. Well, that's awesome. But who do you know? I love that. So good.
And volume 1 is that book, by the way. Volume 1 is the Network Marketing Leaders. I would just start with volume 1 because I haven't read it. So
right. Big Al Schrader. He's awesome. His voice. He's awesome. But we so appreciate you so very much.
Oh, thank you so much.
On your drive back and everything. So thank you so much for blessing our team. Thanks for blessing us. We appreciate you so much. And we're just so blessed to be here in the Valley with you, so that when we are able to get together at events, we generally get to rub elbows with you, which is so wonderful. But you know, I just want to right now just remind everybody that really your business gets started with inviting people to see the information.
Yes,
and so this would be a really great opportunity for you to reach out to those 10 people, use that invite, and remember that tomorrow night there's 2 different LVOs that you can be inviting to, and I'm sure there's many more than that, but we've talked about the 2 here on the call tonight. But get inviting. Don't be afraid. Step into it and just, you know, take advantage of what you've got in your hands.
And your haircut is adorable, by the way.
Thank you.
I love that. I wish I could do that.
Why can't you?
Oh, I need a little hair. When I worked in TV news, it was always, you know, blow dried straight. That's Diana do, because that was the time. She and I are the same age, and then I just started letting it grow when I got out of TV.
And you're gorgeous and you're beautiful, just exactly how you are right now. So, but thank you so much. And Team Freedom Reigns and everybody else that joins in on these calls, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you go and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you invite to the LVOs, and let's get this thing done. Let's go, build.
Absolutely.
We're amazing.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And get registered for Global.
Yes.
Not.
Thank you. God bless. Have a good night.
Have a wonderful week.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.